What's up, witches? I'm Ivory Rose, and welcome to my channel, Ivoryrosegrowswild. Okay, so I just wanted to hop on and vlog a little bit about my witchy journey. So we just had a coven call, and it was the witches workshop, which was all about making your book of shadows. What do you put in it? What should go in it, or what? Honestly, it really doesn't matter what you put in it, but people do suggest like what typically goes in a book of shadows, what goes in a grimoire, what goes in a mirror book, things like that. And this is my, like I said, like in my previous videos, this is my second year in the coven, and I just realized that like I did not, like, maybe I haven't been journaling or um recording everything that's happened in the coven since it started. Like with this channel, I started it a year after I found my witchy path. And I didn't really write down like a dear diary type of um journaling about what I've been through with the coven, like what's came through, like what I've noticed, like, this sign I've noticed or whatever. And I'm like almost kicking myself in the ass, like, why didn't, like, I'm kind of disappointed that I did not do that. But at the same time, I am glad that I started this YouTube channel. But now, after this witches workshop that we just did in the coven, I'm kind of thinking like it's almost gonna morph. This YouTube channel will almost morph into like this vlogging style of like, hey, this is what I'm doing in my coven. This is like, and my thoughts on it. I'm just kind of almost weighing, is it better for me to morph the YouTube channel that I've created into that vlog style of a witchy journaling, or should I just start writing? And I'm kind of like having a hard time deciding on how I should document my magical path. So yeah, I took in a lot of information. I've had other witches workshops over the past year and a half where we did work on our book of shadows, and but this class kind of like made me go pff, like holy shit, like I was not like me. I just felt like I wasn't. Um, I just felt like I did not, since I did not document from the beginning, I felt like I feel like I'm missing out on going back and seeing how much has evolved since then. Like, even though I have my memory, I still want, of like what happened, I still, want it written down. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't know if I've even talked about this, but I am a, car accident survivor. I was almost killed in a car accident 10 years ago by a drunk driver. Broke my neck in 3 places, 22 stitches to my face. Learn how to hold a spoon and walk again. So I suffer with TBI, which is traumatic brain injury, and there's a lot of things that I don't remember, short term and long term memory. So like I don't know whether that's why I'm kind of struggling on whether I should write it. Because I don't want to forget, and I feel like I already forget normal shit that I like. I'll talk, and then in the middle of my conversation, I'll forget what I'm talking about. That's TBI. It sucks, but so it's almost is kind of playing into like how I'm wanting to do this book of shadows, because I'm feeling like, oh my god, like I'm not gonna remember what I've been through this past year and a half on this witchy journey. So like now, so this witches workshop that we did is really got me thinking on like, okay, get reorganized on your book of shadows. Like, even people started talking about like a happy planner, getting a happy planner. I don't know about that yet. I'm more of like, I'm really liking the vlog style um way of documenting my path. If you're watching this and you've gotten this far into this, give me a thumbs up, to let me know that, like, you also like this style of vlogging, your witchy journey. Um uh yeah, like the class just ended, so my brain is like, all this information, blah blah blah. So like, yeah, I don't know. I do even have a TikTok account that is the TikTok name, my TikTok name for that account is Ivoryrosegrowswild. It's the same as this channel, but on there my name's not on it. Well, it's the same as here because I don't have my name. My name is not on my TikTok or my YouTube. Like, people I know in my regular life don't have these accounts. So it's easy for me to just vlog style. This is what I'm doing in the coven, blah, 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 and without that fear of being judged because nobody knows who I am. And, so I'm just really trying to figure out how do I want to continue documenting my witchy journey. So, yeah, like we even talked about like our almost knocked out my camera. We even talked about like our book of shadows or like grimoire. So like grimoire is something that is like a book of everything that's handed down usually in families, hereditary, which is usually but like a book of shadows, that's like everything. So I realize like I have grimoire written on my book of shadows, because that's how I wrote it in the beginning of my coven, in the beginning of my journey. So I realized like, okay, so this really isn't a grimoire. So I'm going to be like taking this out and decorating like book of shadows, like, and decorating it with some pretty witchy stickers and stuff. So like we even like some of us showed, like, let me back this up. Some of us showed what's in their book of shadows. Not like everything that's like written because it's like private and stuff, but like a gist of it. So like I have like a reference guide that I got from Ethany. She has these posted on her website. I'll link it down below. Her website. But I printed this off so that I can have like a guide on how to index or like organize each like chapter, I guess you should say, for this book of shadows. So like the first would be like dedication, the Wiccan read, rules, ethics, goals, beliefs, stuff like that. And then like you'd have like herbs, oil, like all those different like information into categories, into each section into your book. So I did that, and then I even got like these like tab pages to separate it into sections, which I did not go and fill these in yet. I bought it, but I didn't do it yet. It's like this book of shadows is like a it's like a continuous work in progress. Like, I have every daily devotion that was given to us in the coven, and daily devotions like something that you say every day as a ritual. So like I pretty much every month in the coven will get a daily devotion, and I hang that on my wall above my altar in my sacred space, and I say that every morning before I go to work. And like I have a spiritual routine every day before I go into work. So, and then in my book of shadows, I even have my first written daily devotion in the coven. I have my dedication. I have the Wiccan read in, and it not all like as I got this information from being in the coven, and the information was given to me, and I researched. I printed this stuff out. I put it in a big 3-ring binder with sheet protectors, and that's how I basically started my book of shadows. That way, since I'm using like a 3-ring binder, I'm able to go to each section, like, okay, like this is where I need to, like, I want to add something else to it, to this section. I can. I don't have to like skip a bunch of pages and hope that I have enough pages to fit it all in one section. Like, the binder works so much better in my opinion, because you can move things around and you can add and take away like that, and it won't mess up your what you've created so far. So, and sheet protectors, like I've gotten this bone color paper, and I hot glue different things to the bone colored paper, and then I put it in sheet protectors. Let's see. I also put, let's see. I don't want to show everything because some of it is private, but I do want to like share, like, I know like this information will help somebody. That is the goal of this of this channel, is for me to help other people that are starting this witchy journey. They're curious, like they don't know what to do. Like I'm just putting this information out there in hopes that it will help somebody. And at the same time, this is also helping me be my most authentic self as well. So yeah. So I also have the Wiccan Read, the Code of a Witch that I had to come up with in the coven. I also put in my first meditation my first meditation journaling that I did, the very first one. I put that in there, like, I even have like recipes that we've gotten in the coven. One was for like a bone broth recipe from um we had Baba Yaga as the goddess of the month, so there was a bone broth recipe that we had. There's some art, like I paint. That's my first Yule Christmas tree. I was painting with watercolors, and like it's a happy Yule, a little Christmas tree. Think it. I kept it because, like, I mean, it's my first. It's sentimental to me. So yeah, like even like things that other people, like other sisters in the coven have sent to me, mailed to me, like this beautiful like witchy poem was mailed to me by a fellow coven sister, for when I had posted that I was moving into my own apartment, and she sent me this in the mail, and I kept this. I put this in my book of shadows. Also, like, Christmas card that I got from a coven sister. I wrote my very first protection spell. In the coven, we have like a maiden circle, which is the first level. Well, we have the inner circle, which is the first level. The maiden circle, second level. Mother circle, third level, and then they're working on a crone, which is the last level. But like when you're going from the maiden into the mother circle, there's an exam that you have to take. Like, I wrote that all down. I kept all my answers and the questions and everything, and I stuck it in a sheet protector. This is my first sigil that I created. Just like different artwork that I've made. I'm not artsy at all, so like I think like props to me for doing, like, I'm proud of myself for the art that I've created, because I'm really not an artsy person, but I'm really trying to tap into that creativity, childlike creativity, so that I can grow more with that, because it does help with me being able to be open with my creativity. It's helping me with my throat chakra and expressing that. Yeah, so I also wrote like my very first written self-love ritual that I've written myself. Um my first elemental call, writing my first elemental calls and releases. I've wrote all of that as well. Um if you've watched my channel before, I do a lot of Witchy subscription unboxing videos. And in those boxes, we typically get artwork, such as like the Witch's Roots. They send us beautiful like Book of Shadows artwork for your Book of Shadows or grimoire, and I've put them in this book. Like that's Lakshmi, Freya, a ritual that they sent, a holiday Yule, and then crystals. Like all of those different, like these are different herbs that we gotten into Witch's Roots box. I've put that all in sheet protectors in my binder, and as like I'll put them on and hot glue them and put them in the sheet protector in the binder. But as like time goes on, like I'll go back and redecorate the papers and stuff. Like, you know, if like the topic is an herb, I'm decorating with some herbs around it. So yeah, I really love the Witch's Roots because they send all of that beautiful artwork, and that's what I put in my grimoire or my Book of Shadows. I also have pen pal letters too. We recently just exchanged pen pal names, and I just got a letter from my I have 3 pen pals. One was from last year, which I need to write her. Hey Maggie, if you're watching. So yeah, I need to write her, and then I got a new pen pal. And I got that letter the other day, and I wrote back, and I mailed it yesterday. And then my name on SwapBot, like that's the program that we used to draw names or whatnot. On SwapBot, I picked someone else, and so I have to write to them because they're waiting on my letter to come first. So like I have 3 pen pals altogether, but I save all the letters and I stick them in my Book of Shadows. And then, you know, all those Witchy subscription boxes where they send us a list of everything that came in the box. I copy this with my printer, and then I put it in a sheet protector, and then I put it in my Book of Shadows. Like I have excuse me. I have Goddess Provisions. I have Bone and Steel. I have Witch's Roots, and I have We Witches by the Ink Goddess. That's a new box I started getting. And I just started getting Awakening in a box as well. So I started making copies of those as well so that I don't forget. Sometimes they'll send us a stone and like I'll have information on it. I keep all of that information and make copies of it so that I will always have that paperwork. And because I know pretty much where everything that I got, where it came from. So I'll be like, oh yeah, I know that came from the Witch's Roots. And then go to the Witch's Roots, and then I'll find it. So that system has worked pretty well for me. So yeah, tonight's Witches Workshop was very beneficial, as you can tell, because I'm like rambling at the mouth about my Book of Shadows. So I kind of got a little inspiration from the class to get my Book of Shadows in order. Another thing that I noticed is my mirror book, like how I was talking about in the beginning of this video, like I wasn't documenting it from the beginning with my mirror book, and I'm kicking myself in the ass for that. So I'm thinking about just like getting a mirror book and writing it. So yeah, we're gonna see how this vlog style goes, and then we'll see from there. But yeah, thanks for listening to me ramble on. So I'll list all the details down below about the Awakened Soul Coven, and how to join. I'll put that link below, and yeah, all that information. So thanks for listening, guys. Peace. Bye.